그리고 나이도 좀 얘기해 주시면 감사하겠습니다. Your name, your school, and your age, please. Thank you.
안녕하세요. 제 이름은 크리스티나이고요. KICS 서초 캠퍼스에 다니고 있습니다. 제 나이는 만으로 16살입니다. 그럼 시작하겠습니다. Hello, my name is Christina. As you can see, I'm a little different from ordinary Koreans. My father is Russian and my mother is Korean. Growing up as a mixed-race child, I faced discrimination and many challenges. It took me a long time to overcome those difficulties, but it planted a deep desire in me to become someone who spreads good and positive influence in the world. So I began asking myself, where and how can I do that in Korea? With K-pop and Korean culture gaining more global popularity, the world sees only the bright side. However, there's a darker side too. Many teenagers, even children, often chase instant fame by becoming K-pop idols, YouTubers, or SNS stars. At first, I didn't understand why they would pursue such a secular path. But 2 years ago, I was tempted too. Surprisingly, one of Korea's largest entertainment agencies made me a spectacular offer to be a K-pop idol several times. I wasn't joining them as a trainee, but straight into the debut group. I refused the offer, but everyone around me told me that it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I was overwhelmed. I convinced myself that maybe this was how I could spread positive influence. But 2 days before the final audition, I felt God's voice asking me, who do you want to live for? And what does your choice contribute to? At that moment, I realized my motive wasn't truly for God's glory. It was pride. God showed me that I would become arrogant, worldly, and that wasn't the life I wanted. So I canceled everything at the last minute. What was I thinking? Well, this was what I was thinking. That I wasn't going to contribute in leading young teenagers into ungodly culture. I wasn't going to be an instrument of the world promoting beauty and fame because that is not what God wants. I wanted to live according to God's will, following His principle. So I began praying for the Korean culture. Then something amazing happened. Soon after, I was invited to join a special project by Seoul National University. They were creating a textbook to teach Korean to foreigners using K-pop and BTS, and I was cast in their educational video. I was very happy to see that Korean is now being taught in many schools abroad. It wasn't that much money compared to a K-pop idol, but it was enough to feed 300 homeless people in Seoul Station, which was exactly what I did. I felt a quiet assurance in my heart that when we walk in God, even the smallest steps are beautiful. And I began to understand that true leadership doesn't begin with fame or position. It is not where I am or who I am that decides how God uses you. It is whether I choose to obey God and follow His will. That is why I can tell you with this absolute certainty. This stage, this speech, is the first step for me to contribute in rebuilding Korean culture. And for everyone here, I hope this event, Build Up Korea, is your first step in becoming a leader of Korea. Thank you.
와우. 너무 잘하셨습니다. 우리 심사평 2명만 들어볼까요? I'm gonna hear comments from 2 people.
Very well done. I love, can I quote her? Yeah, I love the quote, when we walk with God, even the smallest steps are beautiful. That was beautifully said. Thank you.
I was very, very impressed, and I am strongly encouraged by your personal decision to follow God, and I believe He is going to promote you like He did Joseph in Egypt and raised him up to be at the right hand of leadership there. So God has a great future for you, Christina.
Very well done. I have a question. So, English, 몇 번째 언어세요, 영어가? Is it your
영어 세 번째 언어.
third language, right? So, what was your first one?
First is Korean, second is Russian,
Russian?
and third is English.
English. Yeah. Even though English is not a first language, but you have a great message, and thank you. 너무너무 잘하셨어요. 감사합니다.
감사합니다. 감사합니다. 이제 내려가 주시면 됩니다. 수고하셨습니다.